Hey boys and girls, let's look at the elements of art and color. I want you to either pick colored pencils, crayons, or markers, and you can start coloring. I want you to color the color wheel first using your primary and secondary colors. If you don't know your primary colors, I'm going to give you a hint. Red, yellow, and blue are primaries, and these two make all the secondary colors. So if you mix yellow and red, you'll get orange. If you mix red and blue, you get violet. And if you mix blue and yellow, you'll get green. Okay? Just do your secondary and primary colors first. Your tertiary colors, which are your third set of colors, you'll see that it says blue violet, blue green, yellow orange, and red violet. I like to mix with colored pencils. I do not like to mix with markers because you'll ruin those markers. And if you just got them at the beginning of the year, that's just not very good. Okay. Here are my colored pencils. I'm going to go ahead and mix with these. I'm going to stop and show you. Do you notice that yellow goes clear to here? You have yellow green, yellow orange, but did you know, and I'm sure you do, you just didn't think about it, you have yellow clear in this green and yellow clear over to this red orange? I'll stop there. That's Mrs. King nerding out. I'll stop there for just a second. Okay, look how far your red goes. Okay, you have red here, you have a lot of red here, a little bit of red in your violet, and then just a splash of red in your blue violet. It almost goes halfway. I bet all of these overlap. I think I'm right because I know. And that's why it's a color wheel and not a color line. Okay, there's your color wheel. Now you can start answering these questions. Okay? So what is color? Color is just what you see. And what you need to see color with is light. So I'm going to put down I'm going to put down perception. Perception. So if I were outside in the dark, I can't see color because it's dark. But as soon as it gets light out, I can see the light because that's what's bouncing off and giving me color. Okay. What about your primary colors? We already know our primary colors. I already told you that. So you can go ahead and fill this in. Yellow, red, and blue. Okay, tertiary. Tertiary colors are, I already told you, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a math problem. Okay, think with me. Primary means 1. Secondary means 2. It sounds like second. So 1 plus 2 equals tertiary. Tertiary sounds like 3. It actually means third. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So let's look. Here is a primary color. There's a secondary color beside it, and you get your tertiary color. So you can write down like yellow, green. Let's see another example. Red violet. Red violet. One more. How about yellow orange? Yellow orange. Okay, what are complementary colors? And if you've done this bug already, complementary colors are opposite each other. So let's look. Violet is across from yellow, so I'm going to go yellow, or violet plus yellow. Let's see, how about, you know what, I'm going to go right here. I haven't done one of these tertiaries yet. Blue-violet plus yellow-orange. How about one more? Green and red. Green and red. Analogous colors. Analogous means that they're close together. I like to think of them as families, okay? They're kind of close together. So I would say about 3 colors deep. So orange, orange, and yellow. That's a good sample. So orange, orange, and yellow. How about another one? How about blue, blue-green, and regular green? Okay, so analogous, they're just close to each other. Complementary, they're far apart. Now, before I answer secondary colors or these, let's go over here and look at monochromatic. Mono means 1. So I'm going to put 1. If you break that word up, mono is 1. Chroma is color, so 1 color. You can even put an exclamation point on there. It's just 1 color. So let me give you an example. Whenever you think of just 1 color, think of all the shades and tints that can go in this color. Let me see if I can, let's look at gray. If I add a little bit of gray to my orange, it's still orange when it dries, but it's just a darker orange. If I add a little bit of white to it, that looks a little bit better. I get a tint, kind of like your soft pastel colors. Let's see if I can do a gray a little bit better on here. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. It's not so super dark. And that's a tone if I add gray. And if I add black, I'm going to get a shade of that color. So yes, mono means 1 and color, or chroma is color, but you can have all different hues is the pure color, tints, tones, and shades of that 1 color. So even though it says one color, you still have a lot of area you can go up and down in. Okay, moving on, secondary colors. What two colors make those now? Let's think. Let's go with our primary colors first. Green, you need yellow and blue. So I'm going to use my yellow. And blue. Orange, I need red. And yellow. And for violet, I need red and blue. Okay, moving on to warm colors and cool colors. If I were to divide my color wheel between warm colors and cool colors, I would say that my line needs to be probably right about here. Or, well, maybe right about here. Yeah. Let's go between here. Because even though red violet has violet in it, which I think is a cool color, it has a lot more red in it. And yellow is just, oh, that's warm to me. But yellow green has green in it as well. So it's kind of up to you what you think is a warm color. This is where I like to divide it. So go ahead and get in your crayon box and find some warm and cool colors. So I'm going to pick some cool colors. I think those are cool. Then pick some warm colors. I think those are pretty warm. Okay, last but not least, this says paint an example. We're not painting. Just give an example of monochromatic. We've been talking about monochromatic, so what I want you to do, if you get your marker, your favorite marker, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to use yellow because it was right beside me. Going to fill this in, let it dry, or blow on it. Then you need to use a black, white, and gray crayon, okay? So your first one, when it says monochromatic, you need the brightest color, so I'm not going to put anything on top of that. But next I want to use just a little space beside there, add white to it. That's like adding a pastel color on top. It's just a little bit lighter. Now if I put gray beside there, I'm adding a tone. I'm toning it down just a little bit. I'm sure you've heard that in your classroom. Tone it down. Or maybe from me. I'll start that. We'll say tone it down so that you're quiet. And last, let's add a little bit of black. Okay, so you have your hue, which is the most intense color. You have a tint. You have a tone. And then a shade. Okay. Boys and girls, I hope you had a good day, and I will see you next time.